Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. And I'm in the book. We about to do some Egyptian storytelling. Ooh, this is about to be fun. This is a story about the moral code, the moral fight, or excuse me, the moral war that goes on inside of you, aka that Set versus Heru. Let's talk about it. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I'm about to give you the Egyptian life story. All right, you tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level other than enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get it together. So I asked the question, do you know you? Well, when I'm through, pay attention. If it's rhetorical, whatever, you have to answer for yourself. Tune in. I got you. A person who knows not, knows not, that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my out be true. Right thinkers, I'm going to give you the story of a song I said we call the royal family. But first of all, P-Funk philosophy on what I call the moral battle in you. Set versus Heru. Let me give you a little breakdown on the story of Set and Heru. Set, first of all, is the brother of Heru's father. That make him your uncle. But let's talk about the story. It goes Asar and Aset, the royal family, the first family, okay, religiously. This is where the Christian got this story from. Asar, Aset dedicated themselves to the welfare of humanity and sought to spread civilization where? Throughout the world. Even as far as India and China. They was educating and inspiring people to live and do better. That was his job. And during his absence, when he's on the road, wife would stay behind to keep eye on the kingdom, where his brother Set had no opportunity to try to take over and make changes in what he wanted to do. So he had to adhere to Aset. So he couldn't overpower her, couldn't take advantage of her. So she did her job while he was away. But when he came back from his ventures in town, upon Asar's return from the touring of the world, carrying the teachings of wisdom, abroad, through there was merriment and rejoicing. Usually when a person setting you up to try to coerce you, they trying to set the tone for you. So they're saying now, there was merriment, there was rejoicing, there was partying, everybody was happy throughout the land. Asar is back, Asar, yeah. However, one day, after Asar's return from his journeys, he went a little lack in vigilance. Now, right here, that's another setup. What you mean he lacked the vigilance? One of two things happened. He got horny and he was enticed by sex urges, or he got drunk and he was seduced by sexual urges, but whatever. So they say here, what they say, but through his lack of vigilance, he became intoxicated. I knew it was something that's going to lead up to it. And what happened? He slept with Set's wife. Now, Set is his brother. They don't get along already, but he's jealous of his brother for being a king and everybody love him. And he's in the background, so to speak. He's impotent. He can't make kids. His wife wanted a baby. His wife is Nephet, which is their sister. Aset and Nephet were twins. Asar took Aset, Set took Nephet. So, but Nephet wanted a baby. That's the story. I got a little understanding of the story. So the story goes depending on how you want to sell it, how you want to teach it. Again, we use that leverage to teach the lesson from three different ways. So this I'm gonna use it this way. When he slept with that, the sisters got together. It wasn't his fault. He didn't do nothing wrong. Remember, the sisters got together. They love each other. Well, sis, yo, man, you come in and say that for me. My man take care of you. Long story short, she creeped in as I said. He didn't sleep with Nepthat. He thought he was sleeping with his wife. So he didn't do nothing wrong. He just did this thing, got off. Nothing you know, Nepthat pregnant with a baby. That's the bastard child. It ain't sex. So if your brother get your wife pregnant, how you gonna deal with that? Let's see how Set dealt with it. Okay. And when he slept with Nepthat, the result, the baby was Asar. Now the baby was Anubis. Anubis is Asar's firstborn son. As the story goes. And Anubis is the firstborn. What? Out of the sister Nepthat. So he's the bastard child. So they can't, he got no rights, no heir to the throne. Right. He's a bad guy. Okay. But Anubis represent your discernment factor and your quality. They show you how you make spirit and mortality. You get what? Discernment. That's the idea of the story. Okay, moving on. But Set, now talk about him right quick. Set represents what? The personification of evil forces. He's not evil per se. He just do evil things. Why? Because he just don't know about it. He's uncouth. Okay, Kuf is educated. Kuf is having nobility. Kuf, knowledge, all that good stuff. That's all being respectful, noble. He don't have those things, so he's a little rough around the edges. He just needs to be corralled, so to speak. He ain't gonna learn. Oh, he ain't gonna change. He is who he is. He gonna fight. All right. But Set, who represents the personification of evil forces. Okay, he plotted in jealousy and in anger with this blind passion. And when that happens, it perverts forgiveness. I'm not going to live with you impregnating my wife. So he got him a plan, he's going to kill him. The first Cain and Abel story, this was the original story from Cain and Abel. Just how he got there, they don't really tell you all that. I'm just trying to fill you in, set you up to understand. This is all mythological storytelling to get you to learn a lesson. It's about life, trust me. And in order for Set, he couldn't forgive. He's not going to let it go. So in order for him to get even, he wanted to usurp the throne, and he conspired to kill his brother and take control of Egypt. Okay, that's the story. So Set secretly got Asar's measurements. Taylor made a coffin for him after getting the measurement, and he threw a big elaborate party. And Asar constructed a coffin with his measurements, tailor made for him, and through trickery. But Set was able to get Asar to what? Try the coffin off his side. How he get into a coffin? Give him a big party. Make sure his wife, it was a guy thing. Okay, the frat party, all the guys. I don't understand for the life of me why we have an all-men party. I'm a Mason, so I get the concept. But dude, when we party, we need to have the women. Okay, if they had a party, no women. Okay, I get that. So now the thing was, he offered up the coffin to anybody who would fit in it perfectly. Everybody tried, diamond studded, gold everywhere, it's all laid out, decorated, okay, to the nines. Perfectly for who? The Pharaoh, which was Asar. So when everybody tried to fit, Asar said, all right, let me see. And I tried out. He went in there. He said, oh, man, it fits perfect. He said, yeah, my brother. Put the lid on it, nailed it down, put mercury around it. So that he put it in the Nile River. He floated down. So that was the story of Asar got killed. The first time. That was the first time. So the body went into the coffin. Long story short, I won't get the whole story. I'm tired of telling that story. But long story short, I found the body, brought it back home, laid him out, stretched him out, and left. And one night, your boy was walking through the backyard. One evening, Set was hunting in the papyrus. He came upon Asar, and Asar. He said, the body of Asar. And in a fit of rage and passion, thinking, I done got rid of this guy, he back. So what he did, he dismembered the body of Asar into several pieces, 14 to be specific. Some say 72. It's a numbers game there, but depending on which number you're trying to prove, we start with the 14. The one missing piece means he found 13 pieces. Another symbolic message there. But scattered pieces throughout the land. Some say Egypt, some say the world. Okay, so in this way, It is Set who was with his brute force of his bodily impulses and his desires, he dismembered the body, cut it up. Okay, that means he's taking care of your higher intellect. Instead of the oneness, he brings what? Instead of oneness and unity, he brings separation. That's why the ego is always taking him out by himself. Why? He can't work with people. He don't work well with others. Get it? We see multiplicity of separateness, excuse me, which give rise to what? The ego, selfish, and violent behavior to all those who follow Set concept. He's a bad guy. He is a bad guy. And if you let him lead, you're going to do bad things. He should have been Set. All right? But the great mother, which is our Set, once again, she done went and got him one time. He was floating in the cab. It ended up in a big tree, turned into a tree. They cut the tree down and brought him home. That was a Jed Pillar, another story. Okay. But in search, she went to search again. For what? Looking for body parts. Now for the pieces of her husband. And with the help of Anubis, her stepson, and after that, her sister, they went and Humpty Dumpty, the pieces from the wall. That was the concept they got for Asar. They went and picked up, found all the pieces, set the penis, put them back together. But he couldn't come back to life, so he lived on forever, eternity in the afterlife. So now let's get to the story of Set. You see here? This is you. This is your body. From neck down, this is all you. But you see here, that's Set. That's Heru. Your higher self, your lower self. Your ego self, your godly self. You see, he's in God form. And you see what Set is? Behind him. Behind him. Okay? What y'all say in the Bible? Devil get behind me? Okay? Long as Set behind you. You don't want to know. You need him because he don't want to do the fighting. He's the honey badger of the gods. He's going to fight to the end. So you don't want to get rid of him. No, you want him on your team. He the guy, you don't like him, but you want him on your team. He the Dennis Rodman of the world. Nobody like Dennis, but you rather have him on your team because of what he did. So here you got Heru. So Heru was born after they found all the pieces. She came a fake phallus, so she got on top of the body. And from this union that she created life, she brought back Asar back to life and given power that I said has for physical nature. Then it's on catfish, makes my nature rise. But he had no penis. Okay. They got a guy called Men. He represents, see the phallic right there? This guy here? He represents what they call, okay, sublimation of your sexual urges. But he also represents having control of it, not just going out sticking it anywhere. No, it's hard because of erection. Remember, morning erection, the sun come up, we come up. When the man start rising in the morning, he got some problem with his stuff down below. We're supposed to wake up, not to pee, but we're supposed to wake up hard. Okay? You remember that old men don't have that no more. Why do you? Testosterone get low. Okay, so another thing. This is like, but this lesson right here, where was I at? Oh, the birth. So they said when she fanned life to us all, put them back to life so they could consummate or not. Because some stories said she was still a virgin. They hadn't had sex yet. Okay? But we ain't going there. I ain't got time for that. But I had a little show. I'm gonna do a little late night show after hour show. I had an adult version of that. You like that? So y'all like stuff like that, but yeah. But moving back to here, so that means when she brought him back to life, he didn't have a penis, so it's all spiritual. So that means Heru. Thus, watch this. Heru therefore was born how? From the union of spirit of Asar, the spirit, not the sperm, of life-giving power of Aset, the physical nature. You got spirit and human coming together. Thus, Heru represents the union of spirit and the subtle matter, that's me and you, and the renewal of life of Asar, reincarnated conceptually, and we call it rebirth, resurrection. Okay, when Heru became a young man, what happened? Asar returned from the realm of the dead. That means my man would come back and talk to me in physical form, like they do on Star Wars. Yoda come back, Anakin Walker come back. Everybody had the ghostly figure there. Okay, that's where they got the concept from. Egyptians, they tell you that all the time. So Black Panther. The father came and told him what to do. He ain't came back yet. I want that conversation. And my man, I'm like my man Luther Vandross. One more conversation. I want to have the conversation with that guy one more time. It won't never happen. But that's the concept. All right. But he came back from the realm of the dead and he encouraged him, his son, to take up arms. Not physical, material arms. No, vitality, wisdom, courage, and steadfastness. Strength of will. Put the willpower, how the courage to what? Fight off your evil uncle, which is your other part of yourself, which is inside you. And establish what? Truth, justice, and the American way. Sound familiar? And righteousness. That sounds like what in the world? My God. But y'all use Superman to do the same thing. Get the concept? But in righteousness in the world, by challenging who? Set your evil, your dark side. That's Luke, the Skywalker, son, go across the sky. Darth Vader, the evil dude, bad guy. They're going to do force. They're going to fight. But Darth Vader is the father of Skywalker. We come from the dark. Okay, so nothing less than that. But it's in current ruler, which was that set at the time. And you got to take on what? Your ego side, your dark side, the dark night side, whatever you want to call it. Everybody, my man Carl Jung got a name for everything. Modernize all this philosophy, which is genius. I love that. Okay, now we might get to the battle of Heru and Set. The battle between Heru and Set, it took many twists, and it lasted over 80 years. Sometimes one seeming to get the upper hand, and sometimes the other. Yet neither one gaining a clear advantage in the fight. And the discussion to create a decisive winner. At one point, Set tried to help Heru, her son, by catching Set, had him dead to right, but due to the pity and compassion that she had, because that is her brother, she let him go. Heru, her son, now with no control, went to a fit of passionate rage and what? Cut off his mother's head. Yeah, he cut his mother's head off. If I see a brother disrespect his mother, I'm done with you. But that goes to show you can lose your cool and do anything. That's that part right there to show you the lesson in life. But she got taken care of. Don't worry about her. She's all right. She got the cow here now. All right. But that just showing the story to tell you about how anger and being out of control, you'll do anything. And then what? Regret it after. Don't mean a damn thing. Moving on. The idea to what? Control that rage. Don't let it happen. I don't let the hawk out. I keep him suppressed. Even Heru is what? Susceptible to what? Passions which lead to performing deeds that are what later what? Regrets. Out of anger and emotion, once you act out, you're going to lash out, you're going to hit, you're going to do something, and you got to be responsible for that action. And he was, watch this. So Set found Heru and what? Gouged out his eyes. And during this time, now Heru was temporarily overpowered by what? By his evil self, Set. Set's controlling him now. Set's in the driver's seat, so to speak. He's behind. That seat I just showed you, it reversed. Now Set is in the driver's seat, and that's not good. So he became blinded to the truth. Again, as signified by what? The loss of his vision, his eyes. And thus he was unable to do battle against Set using what? His Maya concepts with Set. So his power of sight was later restored by who? Hathor, which is the goddess of passion, love, desire, and fierce power. She nurtured him back to health, which is his wife, who also represents the left eye of Ra, the destructive part of Ra. Maya represents the right. She's the good girl. She is the fire spinning destructive power. The eye, the cobra, that's who she represents, the Wajek, which dispels the darkness, blindness of ignorance. Her job is to dispel ignorance. All the god and goddesses, they had one priority to do from God, protect her from ignorance. Apophis, sometimes Set. When the conflict resumed, again, two combatants went before the court of the Enad, the 9 gods, the company of gods, 9 who ruled over creation. I'll tell you that story again, I ain't going back there. But it's headed by Ra. And Set promises to stop fighting. Okay, I'm cool now. I'm cool. And restore Heru back to the throne. I'm gonna turn the throne over. He pulled the trump. He's like, okay, but then he stormed the Capitol to try to stop the transfer of power. Set invited him over to his house. Invited Heru to spend the night at his house. Let me tell y'all, gay people. Okay, even the gods had to deal with gay. Watch this. But Heru soon found out after going to Set's house and they had a few dicks, get a little tipsy. All of a sudden, Set had evil intentions. What you mean? He tried to do to him, had intercourse with him. He got up out there as fast as he could, but doing the supposedly spat. Set got so excited that he ejaculated and thinking that he had, got off on Heru. Heru caught it and took it home. His mother cut his hands off threw the stuff in the river. So Set at the council telling everybody, I did him. He ain't worthy of being king. Why? I did him. So he want to embarrass him, belittle him. So he called his seamen to come forward. Seamen's in the river. Okay. So what Heru did, his mother, they did the Esau. They put the flip-flop. He put his semen into Set's food, so Set like to eat lettuce. He don't know what the lettuce is saying. So when he caught out his semen, he came out of Set. Another story. But the uncontrollable urges of Set tell you that homosexuality had been around a long time. Why? He wanted to do his nephew. Who, in most of the rape cases today, to this very day, God damn it, I gotta put the pyramid there. I gotta tell you this one. Most of your abusers sexually are what? The uncles. The uncles. They nieces and nephews. They abusing them. That's sad. That's sad. It's been going on a long time. Okay? Understand that. That's my point trying to get. This ain't nothing new. Family members. If one of my family members abuse anyone, I'm going to beat the brakes off of them. Personally. And everybody going to be with me. And I will beat them too. We ain't going to jeopardize our kids to that nonsense. You got more women that's messed up because they was tampered with as kids. You got men grown now, messed up because they was tampered with as kids. Stop that. That's trauma. That's my man Carl Young said, those are lifelong traumatized experiences that they don't get rid of. Why would you put that on somebody? That's why the punishment for those people should be death. Excuse me. Yeah, that's disgusting. And it's been around a long time. That's my point with that. I went off track again. Sorry. Let me add this. But so therefore, all sexual desires that we have should be pursued in accordance with what? Morals and intellect. Right now, young girls, 12 years old, having babies. You still a baby at 12 years old. What the hell? What the heck? We don't know if she was willing to participate. Just uncle molest her. That's where this stuff starts at. Young girls who get molested, they not in the street. It's somebody at their own house. You have practiced sexual concept with morals and intellectual principle. It's a good thing. But if done wrong like anything else, you can pervert it and traumatize people who are not ready to do that kind of stuff. That's why you can be of age of consentment, 16. 12, 13-year-old, just shit. Calm down. Which dictate. You should have intellectual principles that dictate your actions, that rules what? Your property of your body, that leads to what? Good health and good personal, societal, or spiritual order. We call it mayat. It's being against this aspect of sex, uncontrolled sexual perversion and desires to have with any male or female. He didn't care back then. And he was a god. So see right there, the urges to have sex didn't just start with gay. No, it's been around a long time. It's always been frowned upon. My dad tells us that. Okay. But his desire to have Heru in this form, now they have the phallic erection penis, which is represented by men. I'll show you the picture. Now he represents not only control over sexual desires, but we don't even teach these young men about what? Semen retention. But it is a sublimation as well. Men represents the power in which comes from sublimation of your sexual energy, and you transfer it. That's the Egyptian Tantra Yoga, or the Kama Sutra, sexual position, all that good stuff. I'm going to involve myself with that. But now, through trickery, Set attempted to destroy Heru's image to help Enoch to vote for him to be the king, tricking them to believe in that Heru, I just told the story, I was unworthy, but they went to the test and it came out. So Heru said to this young ruler, Assad, then set the message, a letter to all the gods on the panel, scrolled with a message, reminding them that even you cannot escape judgment. You all going to come before me. Sound like a threat. So yeah, they all voted to put Heru back in kingship. Because y'all all got to come to me. So he did that like the Godfather style. Take care of my son. Okay? You know the deal. So this signifies that even the gods cannot escape judgment. I just gave that lesson too. For what's deed, what you're responsible for what you do. That's karma. That's what we live for. And watch this. You cannot escape judgment. So since all that exists is only manifestation of the absolute reality which goes beyond time and space, but that which is in the realm of time and space, humans, our spirit and gods, we have angels, netters, they are all bound by the same law. Again, there you go. Don't make a difference. Drop the clock, no exceptions. All right, let me wrap it up. Now, following the receipt of Asar's scroll letter, everybody agreed to put Heru back to the kingship of Egypt. Set accepted the decision and made peace with Heru. Know what his punishment was? He the one that's on the boat that traveled through the underworld at night. He the one got to fight off Apophis every night for the rest of his days. That's his punishment. Okay. God, when he punished, it's forever. You don't want to, no, you might not want to break his rule. Why? Because whatever it is, it's going to be forever. Understand that. That's why he's showing y'all eternity. Yeah. He got to fight off Apophis every night. But all the guys rejoiced when they finally made this decision. Okay. And this ends the legend of Asar, Aset Heru. Heru is the warrior. Heru ain't the comforter. He came to what? To destroy, to take over, to bring back what they messed up. Moving on. Let me wrap it up right there. For now, so following the receiving, okay. For the complete unbridled version of the Assyrian myth, I got a couple of books on that. The Assyrian Resurrection. It includes all the details and breakdown of all the psycho-spiritual symbolism of the characters and the events of the epic story consult the books. If you want to know the story, the Assyrian Resurrection, you got the ancient Egyptian Bible, and you got the mystical teachings of the Assyrian Resurrection. They get a story all different kinds of ways. It's a life lesson that you can learn. It's a good story. It's a good read, but it makes good for you to practice some of the things that you learn and implement them, and you can see why it's been around so long. Y'all still using it from the Christian-based concept. Everybody's still using the same stories. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got to go right now. I'll be back with more. No. I got one more paragraph. I got to get this in. Sorry. The mystical implications of the Assyrian myth. What does it mean for the study of Maya? That's what I want to get in. The creation itself is based on Maya. Why? Because she represents cosmic order. Cosmic order is the first requirement necessary in order for human existence to be possible here on the earth. Without human existence, the spirit cannot incarnate into human form in order to experience the physical reality that it set forth. Told you the lesson before. Secondly, the story shows how Maya leads to peace and order in society across the board. They lived for thousands of years on Maya philosophy that they practiced to live by for generations and thousands of years. This is what events by the idyllic life of Asar, who brought order, and education to peace to the world. Hold on one second. Yeah, excuse me. But when Asar, who brought order, he got order, education, and peace to the world that he traveled and spread the world. So the story also shows how egoism. This is all about your internal egoness and Satanian qualities of anger, hatred, greed, lust, pride, vanity, all those qualities, that's selfish and egoistic, that all of us have those qualities unless we take care of them. They're there for everybody to see and witness, because that's what you are. And all those things leads to, you ready? Death and destruction. That road, that broad road leads to death and destruction. But the narrow, arduous road leads to freedom. Thus, victorious. That's the word y'all don't even use no more. Victorious and righteous living. That's what I do. And living, according to your principles of who? Maya. I tell you every day, it's all about Maya in my life. And agenda your life, and you'll prosper. While Satanian living leads to sorrow and death. Your choice. You can do you, or you can do your higher you. The real you, Heru. That's the witness that's inside you. The all-seeing eye represents God's eye that sees inside of creation. The ultimate eye. Not the eye of providence, not the eye of success. No. So every human being experiences his or her own judgment through their character of how they live while they're in the human form, as to whether or not it is in line with Maya, which implies spiritual growth and spirituality way of living, or with the forces of darkness, which is your lower self, which represents ego, ignorance, and evil, which implies sin. Why? Sinners don't get it. Sinners miss the mark. Sinners doing them and causing themselves pain, or causing pain to themselves and sometimes others. I told you, the person who don't know and believe they do is dangerous. Why? They're going to lead himself and people who follow them the wrong way. That's what they're saying right there, the same thing. And watch this, wrapping it up. So this judgment, you keep saying judgment. Judgment is the subject of our ancient Egyptian book of coming forth by day. You are judged by the life that you live. If I tell you that, oh, y'all wait till you get to the end of life and realize that I should have done it. It's too late. That's Monday morning quarterback. And get knowledge, get understanding, know thyself first. Find the kingdom of heaven inside yourself, whatever you want to call it. But get self-knowledge first. Everything else will fall in line. Trust me on that one. And right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, me 100, minus a day. So I know my right thinkers who now understand the battle of Set and Heru is the inner moral battle that's inside of me and you. Be a winner. I am.